for Mind Over Money, a newly branded weekly broadcast by two of today's up-and-coming internet marketers involved with My Lead System Pro, Leland Best and Julie Becker. With their fresh insights, you'll discover that it's not so much about the money as it is the mind over the money. So with that being said, let's move on with today's topic for discussion. Today on Mind Over Money, Leland and Julie discuss how they discovered and later opened the door that led to their success in internet marketing with MLSP. Let's tune into the show, already in progress. You're in Georgia?
I'm from New York originally. It's the accent.
Shows you how much I've picked up from just being your partner on this whole program here today. Just wanted to give a little brief introduction for both of us. Myself, I run bestatLast.com out there with MLSP, doing my thing on my end of the world over in Owasso, Michigan. And Julie Becker, you want to tell them a little bit about your site and what you do?
Sure. I live in Middle Georgia. I have a business with Empower Network, which is another online business, and I'm a stay-at-home mother. I do this at home so that I can be here with my kids, watch them, and make some money online.
Well, that's the best part about this whole thing. It's really just me and my wife here now. I have 6 kids myself. I'm looking at 3 boys and 3 girls, and 3 of our daughters right now are pregnant, so I've got 3 more grandbabies on the way. What do you do with that?
You work MLSP in your business and put your nose to the grindstone so you can buy them all presents for their birthdays.
And that's what it's definitely sounding like. We're out here doing this for a 100-day Biz Builder Challenge, thanks to Adam Chandler and Justice Egan out there at MLSP, our mentors that are putting this whole ball of wax together so that we can learn everything we can as up-and-coming marketers in the field. Julie and I have both touched on the things that we've been in conjunction kind of in the business for a while. I was a DJ and did a lot of public work myself. Did a little work managing some country singers out there a little bit when I was back in my childhood days, you might say, but actually that was just a few years ago, so I'd be lying if I said otherwise. Julie, what about you? What did you do before you got involved with MLSP?
Oh my goodness, so how far back do you want to go? I actually, way years ago, I used to be an engineer. I was in corporate and project management for a very big company. And then I left. I got into network marketing. Again, children came along, and I wanted to, I worked about 60 to 80 hours a week, and I traveled a lot, and I just didn't want to do that. It was a lifestyle change, so I got into network marketing. Yeah,
and if you're like me or anybody out there, I didn't really know much about network marketing. I was always of the thought belief, as everyone out there seems to be, MLM, multi-level marketing, it's a pyramid scheme, it's this, it's hokum, you know, whatever you want to call it. Is that the same perspective you had when you first got into this business?
It's interesting because it really wasn't. I mean, I didn't really know too much about MLMs. I mean, I'd been to a few, parties and things. So I didn't really care previously. I always told was one of those people, I'm not going to do that. What are you talking about? I have a master's degree, la-di-da. So I didn't really encounter those objections, or I didn't really have that in my mind when I first got involved.
So you didn't have the people, I had a lot of people, especially family, tell me, oh, I've tried that, I've been there, and I just can't see you making any money doing this. But, you had asked me earlier, or at least we talked about the fact, what was it that kind of led me to MLSP, and what was it that brought me in here, and how was my experience at it? I think really I was looking for something. I was in desperation mode. I needed to find something to fill a gap to earn an income that I wasn't earning. Back in the 90s, I made my 6-figure income doing similar to what you spoke of, and that's engineering. I was a civil design engineer for 25 years and lost out because of the economy. It just all fell out from under us, so I couldn't earn the income I was accustomed to anymore. And I was basically unemployed for almost 3 full years after that, collected unemployment with my wife's minor income coming through an annuity to support us. So we were kind of on the rocks for a while. I mean, was it tough for you? Was this a way for you to support more income, or was it more or less a primary income for you and your husband?
It was more, you mean the network marketing or what I'm doing right now?
What you're doing now?
This was, well, I mean, we were doing okay. We're with our business. It's just that his business got really crazy. In my business, I really need to get out there, and network marketers, you'll understand me. He had real crazy business. He worked morning, noon, night, midnight, all the time, and I had to cancel a lot of meetings and presentations and things. So it was really, really challenging to get out and prospect. I've been interested in doing an online business or marketing online, I guess, for a couple of years now. And I've been looking, and I've just have never been able to find anything that I was interested in doing. You know, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it. I want to do it well. I want to do it big. And I just didn't find anything that really kind of jived with me. I mean, you see all sorts of stuff out there, paid surveys, and, you know, you can build AdSense sites, which I mean, I'm not knocking that. That's a really, people do make money doing that. And then Amazon affiliates, and I did look into that, but I was like, 4 to 6%? You nuts? How long is it going to take me to make any money doing that?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. When I got out of the unemployment lock-in, you know, where you get tied into that mindset that you almost have to rely on somebody for an income, which I had to do because there just was no work here in Michigan. I went to work for a restoration and disaster recovery business. I went and got certified as a water restorer, as a computer, both residential and commercial water restorer, so that I had at least the certifications I needed that I could start my own business if I wanted to from the ground up. But what I did was I went online because I really wanted to find a way to build a business online. I'd used the internet all my life, emails, of course, sending files back and forth, using websites to promote my service business as a civil designer, but never drew an income off of the internet. And I know everybody's familiar with that whole concept of getting paid by doing affiliate marketing. I tried to build a website that's out there online, and it's basically a service industry website. Tried to tie some affiliate marketing into it, and yet, like you say, the percentages were just so low, I couldn't find a way to monetize the site and make an income off of it. Mm-hmm. And then one night I see this MLSP thing, and the night I got on, it was actually Brian Finale was announcing his 100% product package. And I was like, are you kidding me? I paid the $2 to get in for the 3 days, and I was just dumbfounded. I got onto the back panel, into the back office, and I'm like, are you kidding me here? This is exactly what I've been looking for all my life, and this is what I need to do. This is where I need to go. Where's my $1,500? Because I'm going to sign up right now. Right. I had to grab a Sears card and charge everything I had to get involved with this program, but that didn't stop me. I knew I had something good here.
So it sounds like I wanted to ask you if you thought MLSP was everything that you thought it was going to be. I mean, has it been so far?
I answered that question for myself earlier because, of course, we swapped our questions before this. I think it's about 10 times more than what I expected, to be honest with you. You couldn't pay anyone to get the amount of training and experience with the people like Brian Finale, Justice Egan, Adam Chandler. You've got Bill and Michelle, you've got Dean and Mary Black. How can you go out to even a university and drop $1,500 for a full year's worth of education? And then you've got Wednesday, Thursday night seminars or webinars. You've got the daily morning wake-up calls. You've got the Tuesday hangout with Brian Finale and everybody like Norbit and the big shots out there talking, you know, mind-bending strategies for what they're going to do for their next week or so. You couldn't pay somebody $10,000 a year to get that kind of education, Julie, and I think you know that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I would have to agree with you. And I first started up with MLSP. I actually joined Rob Four with Empower Network, and if you guys are in the online world at all, you'll know who he is, and if not, Google him. He's everywhere. But I joined him with Empower Network, and he actually started up in MLSP. So I had an interest, and then he let me know that what really interested me was how the two can really work well together. So I ended up signing up for a membership, but Mastery was not available at the time when I signed up. So I just signed up. So for people out there that may watch this, that heard the $1,500 price tag, don't freak out. They have other memberships available. It's just that the Mastery membership is the most powerful membership there is, because you actually are able to offer your own products to sell to people. They're given to you, and you make 100% commission. But I started off with an academy membership, and I thought that was really cool because I got into the back office. That's $20 a month. It's $2 test drive. And the training that they have in there is great. You have access to, how to create your own blog and getting you up and going on Facebook marketing, getting up and going on Twitter marketing, and all sorts of great things for attracting leads online. And then, so I was in it about a month, and then they announced Mastery, and I was like, oh, yeah, are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, exactly. It was a stretch. I charged it. That, like I said, I was making it before. We're making ends meet, but we don't have a lot left over. So yeah, I jumped in because I saw the potential. I saw the potential there, and the leadership that we have access to. I mean, it's phenomenal. Like you said, and they even have, I think, 3-month sections where you can pay 3 months at a time or something like that too. Just in case people are interested in that question. But, you find a way. You see something that's valuable, you find a way.
Oh, absolutely. And what we're going to do for everybody is after this broadcast, we're going to at least let you know the 2 sites that, Julie and I run obviously are tied not directly to MLSP, but we do our own thing to make our own money at our own business. That's our job. That's what we try to do. This isn't a free walk in the park. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. What we have available is a lead generation tool that was produced by Brian Finale and his friends behind the scenes, of course, his brother and Norbert, and many others. We can't possibly name all the people involved with this program, but what we're going to do is we're going to provide some links down under this video when we're done, so that if you guys are interested in both of our websites, or even, in that regard, what MLSP is all about, you can visit either Julie's site or my site at Best at Last. And Julie, what's your website's name again, so that we make sure that people know where they're going?
Okay. My main website is igetpaidonline.biz, just like it sounds.
And that's all fair. What we're going to do is provide a link to both of our sites. So if anybody's interested in teaming up with either one of us to help themselves generate leads for their own company, their own business, that's where you're going to find the information that you need to help yourselves get involved with MLSP. It's a great program. I've got a couple other things written down here that we talked about earlier, Julie, and that was if you were ever offered any other job out there in the employee market, the industry of what everybody calls the 9-to-5ers, what would that, or how would that affect your decision when it comes to working with the folks here at MLSP? What would that mean to you if somebody were to come up and ask you to say, hey, can you come work for me now?
I smiled when I saw that question. I wouldn't leave. I've decided where I'm going to be. I've decided where I'm focusing my time, building my business, building my dream. It's already happening, so I wouldn't leave for anything else. The relationship that I've made with people already so far have just been amazing. This kind of environment forces you to get out of your shell, forces you to make collaborations, to make partnerships with people, to find out what they're into, what they're doing. And for people who don't know, this was part of our 100-day challenge to put together this video. And for example, like Leland has a lot of expertise in video marketing. I don't. I'm a blogger, but we are able to work together in a couple different things that are really interesting. I've gained a lot of information and insight from him, and I don't know how much I've provided yet. We haven't really talked too much about blogging.
No, there's no doubt, Julie. We can get right into the meat and potatoes here. Is we didn't know each other at all before this whole challenge came together. We've only known each other for a couple of days, and I think we hit it off well as two up-and-coming marketers that are out there doing their thing. I think we'll probably have formed a relationship already that's going to continue on into the future to show that we can work together because of what we've been given here. They have offered us not only a tool, but the mindset training that we needed to be able to open up to others around us get to know ourselves a little bit better, and also say to ourselves, look, if we don't do something now, if we don't step up and be the people we are and help other people around us, we're not going to get anywhere, and we're not going to be those 5, 6-figure, 7-figure earners that we have the potential to be. And I see that obviously happen in your case. You being the blogger that you are, you're dedicated. You go in every day and you do your blogging, and you've mentioned to me already several times that you can't get up from that computer without getting your blog done.
I said, I know we got to do this, but I got to get my post done because I'm dedicated as part of what I got to do.
And that's the key. And I think one of the guys, Steve Jaffe, who was on our morning wake-up call this morning, mentioned right off the bat he had a 3-bit plan there, and that was to be consistent. Well, actually, first thing is to be committed to the program, and that means there's plenty of lead generation programs out there, folks. You could find several of them, but you're not going to find anything like what we have here. And the second part of that, once you're committed, then you have to be consistent. And once you're consistent with this, it will pay off. It might not be that first week. It might not be that first month. It might not even be that first 2 months. But if you be consistent, and then the third point he mentioned was being resilient. And if you can stay on that 3-word approach to what MLSP is all about, you got it made. You're not going to fail. There's never been a network marketer who has failed. He's either he succeeded or he's quit, and that's all there is to it. That's what it's all about.
That's true. That's true. I mean, in my business, it was the same thing. You know, the minute you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, your business starts to dry up. You know, it's a business. You got to run it like one. So, Leland, the way you talk, I love to hear the excitement in your voice. And I know one of the questions that I had, and I know one of the ones I think about all my time. I'm a big fan of visualization and seeing yourself where you want to be. So, where do you see yourself in a year?
Well, I made my goal when I first started this, and actually it was just before, I believe, I found MLSP, but that was the amazing thing about it. They kind of fell into each other's lap. I told my wife, after being in the position we've been in for so long, that, look, I'm going to make 6 figures by the end of 2013. Now, I've done it in the past. I did it in 1999. I earned $150,000 of my own blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to make the blood and the sweat do what it's got to do, and then I'm going to relax without having to have these tears roll in toward the end of the year. I'm hoping that come December of this year, I'm looking at least $100,000 working with MLSP, and I think the products they offer, and along with that, helping my own business grow, that I have more than enough possibility to do that. So, big party come December. That's what.
Absolutely! It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just connecting up, and I'm sure we're going to have more collaborations like this in the future, and really talking about, you know, the different milestones that we're hitting. And it'll be fun to have that celebration. I mean, you know, we may have to get together and have a party, maybe somewhere in the middle, right? You're up in Michigan, I'm down in Georgia. Maybe we need to catch up in, hey, I know, Colorado. We got a lot of leaders there.
Adam Chandler's out that way, right, Adam? You're going to take us skiing, I would hope. Yeah, and I couldn't ask for more than the member that I got assigned to here for this group effort, Julie. So kudos to you on all the help you've put into this and all the effort you've managed as far as, you know, getting on board and doing what we needed to do to get this done. I think we did a great job. Was there any other questions you had? I don't see any on my list that I don't think we didn't touch on in some way or another. If you wanted to tell any more about your story, getting involved with MLSP, feel free, and then maybe we can wrap this thing up and call it a challenge day and be done with what we had to do.
That's the nuts and bolts of where I'm from and who I'm about. I've made my decision. I'm at where I'm at. I had one other question I was going to ask, and I guess we can both address it because it's something, you know, a lot of times people are sitting on the fence.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm not sure whether or not I should get involved with MLSP. You know, should I do this? And I think about that question because there are people, you know, I communicate with leads and people, and people do have apprehensions. They're worried. They're scared. They're operating out of fear. They're operating out of a scarcity mindset. And I try to talk to people out there. I try to ask them, you know, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're looking for in your life? And I try to ask them questions and really find out what the pain point is, and really trying to get to the bottom of that because, it's something that leaders over and over say again, and it's why you and I went right ahead. It wasn't really fear for me. I was just like, all right, I am doing this. I know this works. I've seen it works. This, and this for this person. It will work for me. You have to get into your mind. You have to face that fear, and you have to say to yourself, is where I'm at today where I want to stay? Is that good enough? I mean, for some people, the answer may be yes. Maybe it is good enough. Maybe the pain isn't bad enough. But if you're not happy with where you're at today, you got to change your mind to get someplace different. It's not just going to be a different job or a different car or a different, whatever it is. You got to change the way you think. And in my opinion, the businesses that we're involved with right now, me with Empower and you with what you're involved in, and then with MLSP, the leaders that we're exposed to, this is how we think. This is what we know. This is why we're so successful. So that's one thing that I do say to people, it's on you. It's how bad do you want it? I will move mountains to help you. I'll give you what you need. I can't want it enough for you.
No, you're right. And when it comes to being on the fence, I've been on fences before, so I know the feeling. All I can say to those out there who aren't so sure, you've got two choices. And that is to either jump over the fence and move ahead with your life and be the person you know you can be, or at least do what you can as an effort to change your mindset. And like we say here, it's mind over money. You're not going to earn the money until you get your mind right. So you have to think in terms of as if you already have that money. And then another thing that goes along that is to go as though. And if you can pull that off, and act as though you're in that income status, and act as if you can go out, as Brian Finale says, and buy those organic bananas because you can afford them. That's Brian Finale for you. He's one of the most comical characters we've got here at MLSP. Ask anybody. He's just so pumped up and on fire all the time, and everybody that knows him knows that. It's either that choice or you turn around and run away because you're not ready for this. You're not ready for MLSP, and you never will be until you get your mind right. So don't bother with it if you're afraid or scared and think you can't be somebody you're not right now, then this isn't the place for you, and you're better off staying in your little 9-to-5 job and being happy with yourself and earning your $30,000 a year income, because that's where you're going to stay. But if you want to make some success out of yourself and change your mind and change your mindset and change your world around you, as Julie and I plan to do in the nearest future, again, the links are going to be right below this video, and we want you to come join us over at MLSP. So make sure that you hit my site, bestatLast.com, and Julie, your site again?
Is igetpaidonline.biz, and we are here to help you guys. We are here to help. We are your future leaders. We're here. We're doing it. We can tell you what to expect. We can tell you where to go. We're accessible. So the decision is in your lap.
That's right. And the only multi-level that's taking place here is the big guys up top are showing us how to do it, and we're showing the ones below us how to do it. And this isn't farting around, people. We're serious and dead serious about what we do. So from our side over here at Mind Over Money, we want to send you guys the best and just hope that you do take that next step and do what you have to do to become the person you're capable of being. Julie, give a big goodbye for everybody out there. I'm going to wave it out, and then we're going to let you guys go from there. So, Julie, if you got anything else to say it now.
That's it, man. That's it. Make a decision.
Okay, guys, well, we're going to wrap up Mind Over Money. Again, you'll see us by here. We're going to hopefully come out here at you maybe once a week, once every other week. We haven't set up a schedule yet, but as far as Adam and Justice go, this is your 100-day challenge, folks. We've given it to you. Now, what are you going to give us? See you later, guys.
Love you guys. Peace out.
Well, there you have it, folks. You've just met with Leland Best of bestatLast.com and Julie Becker of igetpaidonline.biz. They just spent the last 25 minutes out of their busy schedules laying it all out for you in plain and simple terms. The question is, what are you going to do next? Please take a moment to read the information we've provided for you below this video and get started on your new life right away. Don't miss this opportunity to make a change in your circumstances. Get the information you need to succeed by teaming up with either Leland or Julie at their websites below. Get started now. See you on the inside. Meet you at the top.